The emergency beacon pierced through the void of space, a desperate cry from the Velen colony ship Harmony's Promise. Commander Elsa Chen stood on the bridge of the ESS Night Hunter, her dark eyes scanning the holographic display that showed the distress signal's origin. 300,000 Velen civilians stranded in the Keswick Nebula, their engines failing, life support down to 12 hours. "Ma'am, the Galactic Council has issued a stay-away order," Lieutenant Zia Okonkwo reported from the communication station, his deep voice tinged with disbelief. "They're citing the Predator fleet protocols. We're to maintain our distance from all non-human vessels." Elsa's jaw tightened. The Predator fleet, that's what the Council called humanity's armada. For 2 decades since first contact, the galaxy had feared Earth's military might. Humans were too aggressive, too violent, too dangerous. The Council had quarantined humanity to their own sector, allowing trade but forbidding military intervention in galactic affairs. "How long until the Velen Council ships arrive?" Elsa asked. Zia checked his console, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. 48 hours at maximum velocity. The Velens don't have 48 hours. The bridge fell silent. Every officer present knew what those numbers meant. The Velen, a peaceful species of crystalline beings who communicated through light pulses, would suffocate in their dying ship long before their own people could reach them. "Captain Kerrigan's Dawnbreaker is 3 hours away in the adjacent sector," Zia continued. "Captain Yuki on the Silent Storm could be here in 5. If we coordinate, we'd be violating every treaty Earth signed," Elsa finished. She turned to face her crew. 23 faces looked back at her, human faces from every corner of Earth, united in this steel vessel that the galaxy saw as a weapon. "If we cross into that nebula, the Council will use it as justification for everything they've said about us. We'll prove we're the predators they fear. And if we don't," Zia asked quietly. "We prove we're monsters." Elsa closed her eyes. She thought of her daughter back on Earth, growing up in a humanity caged by fear and prejudice. She thought of the Velen children on that dying ship, their crystalline bodies dimming as oxygen depleted. "All hands, battle stations," Elsa commanded. "Engineering, I want every ounce of speed you can give me. Medical, prepare for mass casualties. Zia, send a message to Captains Kerrigan and Yuki. Tell them we're going in." "And the Council?" Zia asked. "Tell them the Predator fleet is answering a distress call. They can court-martial me later." The Night Hunter surged forward, its fusion engines blazing. Behind it, 2 more Earth vessels altered course, converging on the nebula. The Council's emergency channel erupted with outraged transmissions, threats, demands, warnings. Elsa silenced them all. 6 hours. That's how long it took to reach the Harmony's Promise, navigate the electromagnetic storms of the Keswick Nebula, and dock with the failing vessel. By then, the Velen life support had been down for 2 hours. The crystalline beings were barely luminescent, their consciousness fading. "Deploy rescue teams," Elsa ordered. "Zia, you're with me." They found the Velen in their hibernation chambers, thousands of them, their light nearly extinguished. Human medics worked alongside engineers, rigging portable life support, carrying the crystalline beings to the rescue ships. Elsa and Zia worked side by side, their environment suits straining as they carried a Velen elder to safety. "Why?" The elder pulsed weakly in broken English, having learned humanity's language for diplomatic purposes. "Council says, humans dangerous, predators." "Maybe we are," Elsa replied, adjusting her grip. "But predators protect their territory. And right now you're in our territory." It took 14 hours to evacuate every Velen. When the Council fleet finally arrived, they found 3 human warships and the entire population of the Harmony's Promise, safe, warm, and recovering. Ambassador Threll of the Galactic Council materialized on the Night Hunter's bridge via hologram, his tentacles quivering with barely contained fury. "Commander Chen, you have violated—" "The Predator fleet saved 300,000 lives today," Elsa interrupted, her voice steel. "We violated your orders, yes. We crossed your boundaries. We did what predators do. We hunted for those who couldn't defend themselves. Court-martial me, sanction Earth. But those Velen are alive because we didn't ask permission to do what was right." Zia stood beside her, shoulders squared. Around them, the crew of the Night Hunter stood at attention, ready to face whatever consequences came. Ambassador Threll was silent for a long moment. Then, surprisingly, his tentacles settled. The Velen Council has requested an emergency session. They're proposing a revision to the Predator Fleet protocols. It seems they believe perhaps predators are not always the monsters we feared. 3 months later, the Galactic Council officially redesignated the Predator Fleet as the Emergency Response Armada. Humanity was still considered dangerous, still watched carefully. But now when distress calls echoed through the void, the galaxy knew who would answer. Commander Elsa Chen stood on her bridge, Lieutenant Zia Okonkwo at her side, and watched the stars. Somewhere out there, the Harmony's Promise sailed on, its Velen crew alive and glowing bright. Predators, perhaps. Monsters, never. End.